What stereo widener do you use when mastering? We've got 2 stereo wideners in our mastering room. Now, we use different wideners for different types of things. One widener that we use is on the SSL Fusion. Now, it's a very basic stereo image section where we've got space and we've got width. Width being increasing the width, space being like a low end. It will enhance the width of the low end. So that's something that you'll use very lightly. It's not advised to really kind of widen your low end. It's like I say, it's a very basic widener, so it's not used really for detailed widening. It's literally, the Fusion is the first tool that our mastering chain hits. So it's a mix bus processor in the sense that what it's doing is the mix is running into it. It's then getting processed, ready to go to mastering, basically. So it hits that first. We will add a slight bit of widening if required, but that one can be turned off. That's not our detailed widener. Our detailed widener is something that isn't technically supposed to be used as a widener, but it is an incredible stereo field editor. And it is so precise, so detailed, and it is what I would recommend anybody trying for your stereo image. It's the Rupert Neve Portico 2. Now, the Portico 2, most people think of it as this mix bus processor, mix bus compressor that is a compressor, but it's not. It's not just that. You can use it as that. How we like to use it: bypass the compression, leave the compression, use the compression in conjunction with the stereo field editor. Now, as a stereo field editor, you have second and third harmonics, silk blue, silk red. You can put that in mid-side. You can really, I am talking ridiculous editing skills on the Rupert Neve Portico 2. You can create a stereo image using this that is so, I'm not going to use the word superior, so I use this word a lot. It is so pleasing to use because you can get a mix sounding so pleasingly wide that it just captures such a brilliant sound using it. And it's not the conventional way that it's used in mastering, but it is an exceptional tool to have. The reason that people aren't using it as just a stereo widener is because it's a £3,800 stereo widener, and you're not technically using it as what it's designed for, which is compression. But if you leave the compression, use the compression in conjunction with the stereo imaging, you can create an image that is unbelievable. I remember the first time I heard it, and I remember it because what happened was we got the Portico 2 in, and it was to use it as a compressor. We wanted to see what it was like in the mastering chain. And to be honest, the compression was underwhelming compared to all of our other compressors. You know, it wasn't the top end compressor that we wanted. But then we started looking at it as a stereo field editor, and it was like, wow, this thing is unbelievable how good it was. It was, honestly, it is ridiculous how good it is as a stereo field editor. On that day, we bought 2, one for both studios, because we saw it as such an essential tool to have in both mastering studios that we needed one for each studio. And it is now our stereo field editor of choice. It's unbelievable how good it is. You've also got, obviously, in regards to stereo field and stereo widening, you don't always just have to use what is tools that are designed for stereo widening. You can use mid-side EQ. A mid-side EQ can achieve a brilliant stereo image. You can increase the stereo width ridiculous, however much you want, and very, very precise as well. What we would always recommend, and the way we always do things, is we always have our Fusion and our Portico 2 will do our little bit of stereo widening that we want to do. We'll then enhance that and tailor that using the mid-side with the SPL-PQ. So then we can really tailor what we've enhanced in using the Fusion and using the Portico 2. So yeah, they're our 2 our two stereo imaging tools that we use, and we use both of those in both of our mastering studios because they're brilliant and they work really, really well.